Good afternoon. Good afternoon, LinkedIn. Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome to this introduction to the Supercharge Sustainability Skills Challenge. Now, if you are watching me live, please say hello, say who you are, where you're from, so that I can interact a little bit with you. But let's start from me. So welcome. I'm Virginia Cinquemani. I'm the director and founder of Green Gorilla Consultants Ltd, which is a company focused on training and coaching sustainability professionals who want to make an impact. So today I'm launching a challenge, which I've done also last spring. It was quite successful. Over 70 people signed up for that. It's a free challenge, completely free, and I'll tell you more about this in a minute. Now, the introduction can't be closed and finished if I don't tell you that I'm also the author of the book that you see just behind me here, Sustainable: How to Find Success as a Sustainability Professional in a Rapidly Changing World. And when I wrote this book, which now is a couple of years ago, was published last year, little I knew the world is really changing rapidly. Now, of course, we had COVID in the meantime. The book came out just before COVID, but also I wrote the book when the first IPCC report came out. Well, not the first, but the one in 2018 that started Extinction Rebellion and Greta Thunberg and all of that stuff. Now, we saw the new report coming out this week, and I hope it focused you instead of made you despair. The reason why I'm saying this is because it is easy, especially as a sustainability professional or as a sustainability enthusiast, to despair when you see, what's happening. In my homeland, Sicily, this week we had 48.8 degrees, which is the highest ever temperature registered in Europe. I was there actually a couple of weeks ago, and it was nearly 45. It was quite unbearable, and I can't think about having that on a regular basis. We really need to do something about it. We're seeing flooding this summer everywhere in Europe, in other parts of the world as well. The situation is right in front of our eyes, but we can still do something. As bad as it looks, we can do something. The reason why I'm doing the job that I'm doing is because I want to empower sustainability professionals just like me and like our other colleagues to do something with our knowledge, to put it into practice, to become strong, to face these incredible challenges with a strong mindset. This is why I do this challenge. This is why I do this job that I do, training and coaching people to become stronger, to become more empowered. Hello, I can't see your face and your name, but hello, LinkedIn user. Somehow this system doesn't make me, some people just don't appear with their name and their faces, but hello, whoever is saying hello. So let's go to the challenge then. So this is why you should really join. It's only a little challenge. It's 4 days next week. Starting from Monday, we're going to focus on the key skills that you need to have as a sustainability professional to make an impact. Of course, the skills are a work in progress. The skills, somebody says you need 10,000 hours of the same in order to develop a skill. Hopefully you'll become more enlightened in each one of these skills much quicker than that, but a skill needs work at it. So maybe the content of some of this stuff is not new to you, but the reason why hopefully you are signing up for the challenge is that you want to become better at them, and you want to hone them a bit more and work at it a little more. So hopefully this little challenge will help you focus your attention on some skills that you have not focused on. Maybe it will give you some inspiration to work at it, to focus your attention on it a little more. The reason why I focus so much on soft skills, or what I call soft skills, is that without them, your technical knowledge makes zero impact. Think about it. If you cannot communicate the sustainability message correctly, simply, right to the point, you're not making an impact. People don't listen. They're not going to do what you tell them to do. So super important to hone these complementary skills to your technical skills in order to become an impactful professional. You can't change overnight, that's for sure, but hopefully this will give you an introduction to the topics. It will give you some insight, and you will understand more the areas that you need to improve. And we prepared everything. We got worksheets for you. We got 4 days of work on them. You only need 10 to 12 or 15 minutes a day to focus on them, but hopefully that will start the process in your mind and the focus on, for the future. Every day at 12 noon BST, so the British Summer Time, I'm going to jump live on LinkedIn and YouTube, and I will tell you about the challenge of the day for about 15 minutes. I'll tell you more about the topic. So we've got 4 topics. And on the 5th day, we're going to do a wrap up live again. You're going to ask me your questions if you have any. I can tell you what you can do after this to continue to work on your skills. But the challenge is completely free. You can sign up today. In fact, I'm going to share with the banner here the link where you can sign up for the challenge, where you'll find your worksheets. Every day at the same time, you're going to have access to the worksheets, as I said, about 10 minutes each. Now, we're going to reflect upon 4 skills in particular, and I will also share right now, if I can do that, the platform, the learning platform that we're using, which is learn.thegreengorilla.co.uk, or you just put what you see here underneath, and you go straight to the page, which is this one, Supercharge Sustainability Skills Challenge. You got the welcome, so you're gonna get the recording of this that I'm doing right now, and then you're gonna do a little survey to start focusing your attention on your objective or your target for this challenge. A little bit about me, but you know me hopefully already, and about the challenge. And then we'll start on Monday with communication. We're gonna have, as I said, a mini video, 15 minutes long, on Monday about communication, why it's important, what are the key aspects of it that you need to take care of as a sustainability professional. And then you have a worksheet to complete, a little challenge for yourself to put into practice during the day and to reflect upon. Number 2, so day 2 on Tuesday, we're going to talk about resilience. Why it's important to develop your resilience as a sustainability professional. What does it mean to be resilient, really? And a few things you can reflect upon to develop your resilience. Number 3, on day 3, on Wednesday, we're going to talk about selling. People hate this. But you need to hone your selling skills in order to sell the idea of sustainability. And you can call it influencing. Doesn't matter. That's the same. Let's talk about selling sustainability ethically. What does it mean? Why do you need to do it? What are the key techniques that you need to hone in order to influence people on sustainability? And finally, we're going to talk about, on Thursday, about project managing sustainability. Because one of the main complaints I hear from fellow sustainability professionals is that they are overstretched. They have a lot to do, projects that sort of got one on top of the other one. Maybe they don't know how to manage people that they don't have a direct line managing responsibility over. So project managing, as in project managing, but people managing as well, is really important for sustainability professionals. If it's done well, then it streamlines your work, and then you can focus on the main things and the important things, not the tick box exercises. So that's what we're going to talk about on day 4. And then finally, on Friday next week, so about a week from today, we're going to wrap up. We're going to say, okay, this is what we learned. And on the platform, you also have an opportunity to put down your thoughts about what you learned, what is the takeaway from each day. And, what's next? Let's see what's next. And I'm going to talk to you about a program that is starting in September, the Sustainable Mastermind, which is a sort of flagship program of Green Gorilla. You don't have to join, but if you want to know more about it, we're going to talk about it on Friday. And that's focused 100% for 4 months on these skills, which you're going to just touch upon during the challenge. Hello, Mohammed. Hello, Ron. Hello, and thank you for being here today. So that's it, really. Do you have any questions for me? So this is the program. This is what we're going to do next week. As I said, you can sign up for the challenge here, bit.ly/sust skills challenge, or go to learn.thegreengorilla.co.uk and you will find it there. It's free to sign up. 4 days together. Hopefully you're going to learn something new, and at the very least you're going to have a chance to practice some new skills, or maybe skills that you haven't really focused on before. And there are a couple of exercises that are going to make you do that will really, really challenge you in terms of how you talk about your work, talk about sustainability, the main thing I would say of the whole challenge, and hopefully the main takeaway, is to come out of your head and your knowledge and your expertise and focus 100% on your audience. That's the key to influencing others. It's really providing a service. It's really coming out of your head and focusing on your audience 100%, understanding what they need, understanding what they want, and use sustainability as a way to deliver so that everyone is happy. The person that you got in front of you, yourself, the planet, that's it. Is not trying to push a square peg into a round hole or vice versa. Is literally finding points of commonality, is literally focusing on the other person and shift your attention to them so that you can deliver what they need via sustainability, through sustainability. Hi, Ron. Really appreciate the info. We'll sign up for a future session soon. Absolutely. If you don't have time, the other thing is, if you don't have time to do the challenge right now, and I'm aware that we are right in the holiday season, if you want, lots of people are off, which is a good thing if you have time to spend 10 minutes a day on honing your skills. If not, the challenge will remain open for a few weeks more, so you can take it whenever you like. But obviously you're going to keep the momentum going if you log in every day on LinkedIn, watch the little video, or on YouTube as well. You can catch up on demand and do the challenge every day for the next few days. That would be fantastic. That will really make me happy as well. If we interact, if you ask me questions, if you share your thoughts, your challenges, mainly, that's fantastic. Now, before I close this, do you want to tell me, for whoever is listening right now, do you want to tell me what is your main challenge right now in terms of communicating sustainability, or in your sustainability work? What is the main challenge that you face when you speak to clients, for example, or even to your teammates if you are the only one dealing with sustainability? Because this challenge is open to anyone that works in sustainability. But even if you are just a student, that's good as well for you to start honing other skills as well, besides just the technical stuff. So if you're a sustainability professional, sustainability leader, what is your main challenge? I'm going to give you a moment to type if you want to tell me that. Then I can start to understanding what are people dealing with right now. I spoke to hundreds of people, and generally the challenges are the same. But if you want to type what your challenge is, that would be fantastic. And there is a bit of lag between what I'm saying and people typing. So if I can't get it, yeah, inspiring audiences. Thank you, Ioannis. So your challenge is inspiring audiences. So that's self-education on the subject. Yeah, okay, that's another big challenge. However, with the world that we're in, and LinkedIn especially, I'm a big fan of LinkedIn. And YouTube as well, it's easy to get self-educated. But I would say the main challenge when you're trying to self-educate on sustainability is that it's huge. It's absolutely huge. Everything can be seen through the lens of sustainability. So where do you focus your attention? That's the challenge that I find people are facing increasingly. And And that's why I coach people, because that's, it's actually focusing on what you do better, what you're interested in, what stimulate your curiosity, and then focus just on that. Because if you try and learn everything about sustainability, you're never going to finish, forever. So Ron, that's possibly what you need to do. Just focus on what, yeah, exactly. So focus on what inspires you, what makes you, more interested, whether it's materials or, fashion, whatever it is. It takes a lot of patience indeed. But if you try and be that's why project management is so important. When we say project management, it's actually also managing the self, yourself. Be quite rigorous about where you spend your attention, because we only have a certain amount of energy every day, certain amount of attention span as well. Where do we focus our effort? Now, I'll tell you a little thing about this. My phone broke down a couple of days ago. I'm out of the world. I don't have WhatsApp, whatever. My daughter lent me this little phone of hers. I haven't got any apps. I only have my phone and the possibility to connect to my email. Do you know what? Yesterday was the best day because I didn't get distracted. And I'm the one who teaches these things. I, like everyone else, get distracted and spend a lot of time online for no reason. Yesterday I managed to do so much. Work-wise, leisure-wise, I spent so much time reading. It was amazing. So one big issue we have is being distracted. Too many stimuli, even in sustainability, too many things. We get bombarded with a lot of information. We need to be very disciplined and focus our attention. Ioannis, you're saying about inspiring audiences, making an impact, having that charisma. Do you know what? Charisma can be learned. That's something that I didn't know before I actually studied this subject. Charisma can be learned. It's made of a number of things. We can discuss that privately if you want. But charisma can definitely be learned. We can learn to inspire audiences. We can learn to tell our message in a way that makes people do something. So that inspires action, because this is what we want to do in sustainability. We just don't want to, we just don't want to talk. We want to inspire others to take action. So it definitely can be learned. Could you please provide the link of the book on Google Books? I don't know whether it's on Google Books, to be fair, Lila. I can, just send me a private message and I'm happy to send you a copy. Maybe a digital copy if you want. That's easy. I'm happy to share that, because my whole point is, sharing my knowledge, whatever the little that I've learned with others. So if you want, I can give you a copy of my book online. Okay, if we have more questions, I'm happy to answer them once I read them, because again, there is a bit of a lag between when I speak and when I read your messages, so forgive me for that. Love to disconnect too, especially in the forest. Oh my God, yes. Do you know, I actually was in Sicily for a few weeks because I've got a family there, and I haven't seen them for a year. So I try and forgive myself for taking planes and everything, because otherwise I'm disconnected with my family and from my homeland as well. And it was amazing to be in nature. It was amazing to be by the seaside. For me, it's either the forest, or even better for me is the seaside. Being in the sea, in the water, is what makes me feel alive. I think I was a mermaid in my previous life, probably. So yeah, disconnecting is so important. It's silly. We all say that, but we don't do it. We don't do it. So when I was forced to be disconnected yesterday, it was such a blessing. And I hope I can keep it up once I get a new phone. Elisabetta says, try to convert dry language of Briam, for example, into inspirational talk and convince the design team that is all practical. Oh my goodness, Elisabetta. As you probably know, I worked in Briam. I still work in Briam for the last 16, 17 years. I totally agree with you. It's dry language, and is how can we tell that message in a way that is not just about the number of BREEAM, by the way, for people that don't know, is the BRE environmental assessment method. So it's a sustainability measure, let's say, for buildings. It's an assessment methodology for buildings, and it can be quite dry. So instead of just talking about the number of bicycle spaces that you need to put in a project, or whether it's close enough to, you know, amenities of some sort. There is a way of inspiring people. I would say read the introduction to the chapters, you know, to the sections, and see whether you can get some good ideas from there. But also try and find out, that's, you know, that's separate type of discussion from the challenge, but try and see how you can find case studies for each of the sections that you need to deal with, and try and see how people can get inspired through the work of other people. Plenty of case studies on the BRIAM website, by the way, and find a way of inspiring people through imagery and other people having done good things. That's the closest that you can get to inspiring people in BRIAM, is by using case studies. So that's another thing, is storytelling. It needs a little bit of a shift in mindset from technical to more inspirational storytelling like, and it's not just for BRIAM, it's for every sustainability subject that is technical. Try and find case studies, try and find other people that have done it, and make it into a little story. You don't have to come up with once upon a time. Literally, case studies is the closest to storytelling that you can get to in the technical world. I hope this helps. And do let me know if you have any other questions. I will go through the comments again later on today. But otherwise, sign up for the challenge. As I said, the soft skills challenge, you can see it underneath here. I'll try and edit the text in the body of this post as well, so that you can sign up as well by clicking a link. And I will see you on Monday for our first day of the challenge. We will talk about communication on day one. But otherwise, thank you so much. And hopefully I will see you in the challenge, and take care. Speak soon. Bye-bye.